G'day. I'd like to answer the question, why January the 26th? I've written a few notes here which I'd like to share with you, if that's okay. Many people may think that January the 26th was the exact day the British arrived in New South Wales for the first time. Well, actually, the British arrived in Botany Bay on the 18th of January, after the 11 vessels sailed from England, 13th of May 1787. We can only imagine the difficulties and challenges which faced all on that 8-month voyage and admire the fortitude and endurance of our early settlers. Upon arrival at Botany Bay, Governor Arthur Phillip was disappointed in what he saw. He had been instructed to go there on the recommendation of Sir Joseph Banks of the Royal Society, when he had accompanied Captain James Cook to the area. Convinced that Botany Bay was unsuitable, after the rest of the fleet arrived, Phillip set off to explore together with David Collins, who was to play a major role in Tasmanian's history, and John Hunter, later to take over from Phillip as governor. And they sought a spot just north of Botany Bay. There he discovered Port Jackson, which he described, and to quote, "the finest harbour in the world, in which 1,000 sail of the line may ride in the most perfect security." End of quote. Well satisfied with the choice, he immediately returned to Botany Bay and transferred all to the new site. At sundown on January the 26th, 1788, a simple ceremony took place at Sydney Cove. The English flag was raised, toasts were drunk and volleys were fired. The other ships came in soon afterwards, and the next morning the transfer began of men, of tents, equipment and stores. Thus was the birth of the Commonwealth of Australia. From the settlement of New South Wales came firstly the colony of Van Diemen's Land in 1803, then all the others. As time progressed, they became fully separated colonies from New South Wales: Tasmania in 1825, South Australia in 1836, Victoria in 1850 and Queensland in 1859. The colony of Western Australia, independent from New South Wales, was formed in 1829. From the 1880s there was a concerted effort to bring all the colonies into one nation, and on the 1st of January 1901 the colonies became states of the new nation of Australia. So why not the 1st January 1901 for Australia Day? It's not unusual for a state or a nation to celebrate its birthday on the day of settlement. So January the 26th is apt indeed. And from those very humble and harsh beginnings came Australia. So how long has January the 26th been celebrated as our birthday? By 1808, January the 26th was being celebrated as First Landing Day, or Foundation Day, with drinking and merriment. 30 years after the arrival of the First Fleet in 1818, the Governor of Australia, Lachlan Macquarie, ordered a 30-gun salute, hosted a dinner ball at Government House and gave government employees a holiday. In the following years, employees of banks and other organisations were also given holidays. In the following decades, horse racing and regattas were popular activities on January the 26th. In 1838, Foundation Day was Australia's first public holiday. It was also the occasion of the first public celebrations of the founding of Australia. The shores of Sydney Harbour were crowded and there was a firework display. By 1888, January the 26th became known as Anniversary Day and was celebrated in all colonies except Adelaide. In 1888, the centenary of the arrival of the First Fleet was celebrated with ceremonies, exhibitions, banquets, regattas, fireworks and the unveiling of a statue of Queen Victoria. By 1935, January 26 was known as Australia Day in all states except New South Wales, where it was still called Anniversary Day. In 1938, a large celebration were held. These included a reenactment of the landing of the First Fleet. From 1946, January the 26th was known as Australia Day in all states. However, the public holiday was moved to the Monday nearest to January 26th to create a long weekend. Since 1994, the Australia public holiday has been on January the 26th in all states and territories. We should be proud of our accomplishment of our people and of the nation. This is why we celebrate our nation's birthday on January the 26th.
What does Australia Day mean to me? Australia Day is a focal point, a day that we can come together and remember those who fought for the freedoms that we live and enjoy the benefits of. Australia Day is also a time to remember just how much we got to be thankful for in this nation. This nation is a great nation that has given us an incredible lifestyle, and continues to give us freedoms and a democracy, and we need to celebrate just what our nation is. And sometimes in the good times it's so easy to forget those who've gone before us and fought so hard and lost their lives and sacrificed greatly to give us the nation that we have today. And by celebrating Australia Day and celebrating our flag and celebrating our heritage, we're giving honour and tribute to those who have fought for what we have, and we're remembering just how lucky we are as the lucky country.
Having lived and worked in many countries of this world, I treasure what Australia has to offer. I treasure that it is one nation, and I truly mean one nation, and I want to keep it that way as a person, as an individual. I think one nation is so important. We should all share in the work that was done by our forebears. We should also share in the new culture and what is brought into this country by others who also are Australians, and I use that word very strongly. We are Australian. Australian Day is vital. Thank you.
I'm proud of this country. It's the best country in the world. I suppose I'm biased like that. But it's a country where other people are banging down their doors to get to us, so we've done something right. It's a country of great heritage. It's a country of great freedom. And where else would you want to live? January the 26th is the day of settlement. That's the day we celebrate. And I'm proud of this country and I love it passionately. And I think that message should be given to the rest of Australia, particularly the young people, so they can appreciate the sacrifices that have been made to make this country great. A country just doesn't become great. There's foundations, there's hard work. And because of those who went before us, this is a result of the country that we've got today. Thank you.
Well, Australia Day is a day of celebration, celebration by all Australians, because of the wonderful country in which we live and of the wonderful things that we have within this country that make for a wonderful life and a wonderful place to bring up family, to bring relatives, to do whatever. It's just a terrific place to be able to do these things. And today we remember not only today, but we remember the past as well, those who have gone before, those of our forebears who came under trying conditions and really hewed out the nation of Australia as we know it today. And so we don't only remember the things of today, but we remember our forebears and the things that make Australia great today.